Coach, we find ourselves at the foot of the Rockies, Denver, Colorado, for this edition of the NFL on EA Sports. Just a short time ago, sounds loud enough to reverberate across the Rockies. They're ready for football in Denver as the Broncos get set to do battle with the Kansas City Chiefs. Getting toward the halfway point of the NFL season, Week 7 is underway on EA Sports. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he won't return this one. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start at the 25.
Break. We want this.
Now the young man who was a Pro Bowler as an undrafted rookie. It's Phillip Lindsay. Oh, some strong running. A big hitter there. A first down gain of 26 yards. Even from up here in the booth, the play-by-play guy could tell that there was some pretty good blocking on the right side of the line.
Well, you have good eyes, and it's almost like a ballet when it's executed that well. Everyone in the right spot, everyone in sync, everyone hitting the perfect notes. A little more percussion and a lot more bass, I would think, than you get your normal ballet. But at the same time, that was well executed.
And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. That one going for a gain of 11 and a Bronco first down. Well, one unit I know you want to watch is that offensive line. If they keep clearing holes like that, it could be a long night defensively.
No doubt about it, because when they are in sync, as we're seeing so far, when that continuity is there, and you can see that they're playing off of each other while controlling the defensive front linebackers, you're exactly right. It could be a very long night for the defense because someone's going to run for some big yardage.
No gain on the play there, second down.
Defensively here, you're facing a top-5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL, so when they're that high-powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20, because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored, you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
And I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
Now with the play clock winding down, Vance Joseph says, let's talk this over. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter.
Down. 10 logo. Check, check. Watch it before. Watch it before. Hey, check, check.
Now to the air. Lock. He's going to sling this deep down. Got a man. It's caught inside the 10. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Denver score. Deshaun Hamilton, his second touchdown on the season. And the Broncos have taken the early lead. On here, Brandon McManus for the point after. And he's got it. 7-0 Broncos. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away.
Let's go, baby. Let's go. At their own 25-yard line. Set. Blue 60. Zebra.
They begin with a run by Smith. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. It'll be a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd and 11.
At the 24-yard line.
Set. 280. Check, 47. Easy, alert.
From the shotgun, they run with Smith. Takes this to the 27. Give him 4 yards.
When you find that kind of yardage, you couldn't be more confident as a ball carrier. And guess what? You're going to go back and tell your offensive coordinator, I'd like to keep carrying it, thank you.
A nickel set defensively for the Broncos here on 3rd down.
Here we go.
Stafford. Got a man. It's complete. Williams. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A pickup of 24 on the 3rd down conversion.
Lady. Mark 47. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. And here we go again. Here we go again.
Two chunk plays in a row. The last one was over 20 yards, and so is this one.
This is one of those plays that has an equal chance of either being a big gain or a big loss, but with the college influence, we're seeing more of these plays come into the NFL.
They'll run it for the first time with Williams. And he'll be dropped at the 23 after a pickup of about 4.
But that call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive, and once again they show passing formation, showing a shotgun. Then they ran out of it. That's a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short gain.
To throw on 2nd and 6. Stafford, throw right side, complete to Williams. And he's taken down after a gain of 3 as they move it from the 22 to the 19. Charles, Thursday night game, I think a lot of teams probably say shrink the playbook somewhat. Is that correct?
I think you're right about that because you just don't have the amount of time that you have in a normal week to put in a full playbook. So, as you said, you shrink the playbook, pick out the plays that work best for you. And you know what else you're looking for?
What's that?
Who are the freshest guys coming off of the last game to play on a Thursday night? Guys have a little extra pep in their step. You go to them early and often.
3rd and 2, Stafford. And he's wrapped up, taken down, back at the 25. Bradley Chubb in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. Robbie Gould on now to try the field goal. Right hash mark of 42-yard attempt. And the 14-year trusty veteran able to knock it through. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. So, yes, it's only 3, but at least they're able to answer back after giving up the touchdown to start the game.
Yeah, I like the observation there because getting some points on the board, very positive for them. Feel a little bit better about things because if you don't score, you potentially have opened the door for them to score again, and then you're down 14.
Now it's Gould after splitting the uprights to kick this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And he won't return this one. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start at the 25. And Denver getting set to take the field. They had the touchdown on the opening drive of the ball game. It was countered by just a field goal. So, hey, if your guys can do that for 4 quarters, you're in good shape.
Yeah, it is a team game, so that's just good complimentary football. But, you know, I know I'm no brainiac, but you trade 6s for 3s, things are going to work out in your favor.
Now they need 15 yards on this series after the delay of game. 1st and 15. Here's a give to Lindsey. Without the previous penalty, that would have been a first down. Instead, it's just a gain of 10. Well, they're making an effort to get the ground game going tonight. So far, it's working.
I like what we're seeing from the offensive line. They seem to have the leverage going, and they're controlling things and reestablishing the line of scrimmage, moving that defensive front backwards, but also like what the runner's giving us, too. It appears that he's been waiting all day long to get out here and take off.
And that'll set them back 5. So the delay of game penalty moves it back 5. That makes it 2nd and 10. Now Locke throwing on 2nd down. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Frank Clark has now recorded 10 sacks on the season.
You've called plenty of games in your career. Do you believe in momentum, my man?
I do, and I think we're seeing it right here.
Oh, there's no doubt about it. The run that he's been on, how about that? 3 sacks in a game a week ago, and another one right here. Oh, he's feeling it in a big way.
Set. 18 Gator. Come on, baby. Let's see what you got. Under 10, under 10, get it.
On 3rd and long, it's Locke. Looking long for Thomas. They've got his man complete. A big 3rd down conversion with a gain of 28. And I guess, Charles, sometimes when you have a receiver well over 6 foot, you do that. Just put it up there, let him grab it, and he did.
And it certainly appears like a 50-50 ball, right? We always talk about that when both sides have a chance to get it, the receiver or the guy covering him. But I think the odds actually are in favor of the offense. They can see the ball coming oftentimes before the defender can get his head around. So I think that really goes to like 70-30, and they should be able to go up and get it most of the time.
And he got it there. Devin McCourty brings him down.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
Faking the give to Lindsey. Here's Locke. Man open. He's got it complete to Cortland Sutton. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. That one covers 24 yards. It's a first down.
First and 10 at the 32-yard line.
Check Mike 54. Mike 54. Let's go, defense. Hey.
Ready to go.
On 1st and 10, it's Lindsey. Well, now Lindsey lost the football. So they escape, so to speak, maintaining the football. Defensively, though, opportunity miss.
It definitely was, because that's all defenses talk about. Getting the football and either advancing it the other way or just getting possession and turning it over to their offense. That can be a little bit deflating. You're exactly right. A lost opportunity.
On 2nd and 9, Locke. Trying to get it to Thomas, and it's intercepted. Picked by Kendall Fuller, and he returns it up just shy of the 20 to the 19-yard line. And he may want to track down that football because that's interception number 1 on his career.
You're saying that's going into the trophy case?
I'd put it there.
Yeah, no doubt about it. That's when you ask the equipment guys to make sure they hold it for you after the game. But if you play in the back 7 on defense, that's part of your job, finding ways to take the ball away from the other team.
And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. Right off the bat, it's a first down to start the drive, 12 yards.
Tremendous blocking by the interior of the offensive line. They didn't just gash him there. They blasted a gaping hole for him to gallop through. I think if he comes back to the huddle, he better be giving them a whole lot of credit and thanking them for that much space to rumble.
They'll run it now with Smith. That one good for 33 and a first.
This is a little bit like baseball here. Strong up the middle. Both sides want to be that. In this case, the offense ended up winning the ultimate battle.
And those big runs between the tackles, that's a little deflating for a defense, isn't it?
It really is, because that's where your strength's supposed to be. You're supposed to be in a spot where they can't make that yardage there. You're supposed to send them outside. Not in this case.
Kill, kill, kill.
A first down carry for Smith. Nothing doing. Barely able to muster a yard to hit the 35.
Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level, because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us, and he's like, hey, these pants make me look fat? And we said, nah, man, you're just a whole lot of guy.
He is at well over 300 pounds. He's a big man. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Here's a give to Smith. And he's going to get this down near the 20-yard line. Give him 14 on that one and a first down.
They're making it look easy out there. Another first down. So far on this drive, let me do this little bit of math here. 4 plays, 3 first downs.
That's a pretty good recipe for success. Stafford. Trying to find his tight end, Kelsey, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Blake Martinez. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Brandon, this is a veteran quarterback back there. He should know better than to make a throw like this. This is definitely not his best ball. And I think he knew this was trouble the second it was leaving his hand.
Kill, kill, kill.
They'll start on the ground with Lindsey. This drive starting off on the right foot, 18 yards. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I think they had 3 tight ends in on that set.
And these guys are punching really well. I use boxing analogies a lot. A lot of coaches have told me that when you line up to run the football, it's 10 fist fights along the line of scrimmage, right? You've got to win your share. These 3 tight ends, they almost always win their fist fights.
And I think he's going to go. They're not going to get him. And all the way home for a Broncos score. Phillip Lindsay, his 9th touchdown of the season. And the Broncos able to show off their quick strike ability. And on that long run, maybe the defense caught napping a little bit.
The concentration level may not have been there. I agree with you on that one, because those types of plays, when they result like that, they're almost like big bolts of lightning, aren't they? Whoosh, and off he goes.
McManus's point after is good, and that pushes the lead up to 11. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he will take it back only to about the 13-yard line here.
Well, conventional football 101, tells us if you don't get it back to the 20-yard line on a kickoff return, that's a disappointment. But some of these special teams coaches, with approval by the head coach, they give them full authority to go ahead and bring it out and try to be aggressive. Almost what we call the green light, red light theory. Green light means go, red light means stop. Looks like he had green on that play.
They begin the drive with Williams. And he'll go down right on the edge of the red zone following a pickup of about 7 or 8.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on first down, that fits the bill.
We've got a 14-3 ball game with 2 minutes left in the opening half. Coming up at the half, a reminder, we go back to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman. He'll have a look back at our first half, as well as a look ahead to what's coming up later this weekend. And down he'll go at the 25. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
So many teams want to throw the ball in this situation nowadays, but I love watching a team that has enough confidence to go ahead and run the football. In that situation, it's almost a tendency breaker.
Now a first down carry, it's Williams. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27. Adam Gotsis, the big Aussie, in on the tackle.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. They'll try the air now with Stafford. And the Broncos get there and take him down. Adam Gotsis able to record his 5th sack of the season.
Sometimes I watch games and wonder why they use play fakes on certain passing situations because it's not going to fool anyone. I don't know if that was the case here, but the end result was the same. No one fooled. The quarterback was hit.
Now the Broncos going to use the second of their timeouts as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. 3rd and long. It's Stafford. And that will be incomplete. More problems here on 3rd down. They've converted only once so far in this first half.
And you know as well as I do in this league, if you don't win on 3rd down, it makes it hard to win a ball game because then you're relying on your defense, you're relying on your special teams. You've got to get it done with your offensive unit.
Pulled in at the 24. Give him 11 yards that time on the return. And the Broncos take over. 1st down and 10. Here's the Denver offense now as they get set to take over here. They had to go a long way on their last drive to score the touchdown. This time they get at least a little bit more of a cushion with field position.
I have to think that with this field position, after what they did on the last drive, they might want to take a shot right now and try and cut down the length of the drive.
On play action, Lock. Flush to his right. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Now the Broncos will use their 3rd and final timeout as the clock will stop with 35 seconds to go in quarter number 2.
Ready. 60 or. Hey, echo.
Lock to throw on 2nd down. And Sutton hauls it in over the middle. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. Give him 32 on the play. Now Lock, eluding the pressure right. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. He'll get 5 out of the scramble. It's 2nd down. So with 4 seconds to go in the half, here's the field goal unit onto the field. From the right hash, this from 44 yards out. The kick by McManus is good. We have hit halftime. Still 2 more quarters to go. We'll take a timeout. We'll be back after this. You're watching the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. It's in the game. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. And the mile-high air in full effect as that's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback.
Lady!
Check right 47. Stop your whining.
Middle. 47's the mark.
Now a 1st down throw. Stafford. But it's caught on the right side at Smith. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
Now a clash of bodies here, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Bryce Callahan. And his guys are going to get the football at the 28-yard line.
Oh, man, Brandon, not a real good throw that time. It looked like he tried to put a little too much air under this one, and it turned into a floater. And defensively, this is a dream. He could have fair caught that one. That was way too easy.
The linebacker, Anthony Hitchens, there on the stop.
Third quarter, and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7.
Hey, let's get in that hole.
Protein spill. Bravo. Get it.
On 2nd down, here's Locke. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Defensive end gets in there that time. They were in a 4-3. What's the responsibility of the ends versus the tackles there, Charles?
Well, most of the time when you talk about the ends, they're your pass rushers. They're the guys that you turn loose to try and get to the guy who's going to throw the football. The tackles, usually more of the run-stuffing variety. But the way this game is advanced, you're wanting a little bit of everything out of all of your guys. But let's just go ahead and break it down and make it simple. The guy who's the right defensive end versus a right-handed quarterback, that's the blind side. He's going after the quarterback. He's going to put him on the ground.
And now a shot taken on 3rd down, but it's going to wind up incomplete.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything that warranted a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. A good return there. Call it 13 yards. And it's Chiefs football. 1st and 10.
At their own 44-yard line.
The Chiefs in good position to start out as they come up 1st and 10. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And he'll be corralled out across midfield down to the 45. The drive starting with a 1st down, 11 yards on that pickup. They'll run on 1st down. It's Smith. On the stop that time, it was Josie Jewell.
Nice job by that defensive front there to hold him to a short gain on 1st down. Well played, I must say.
Yeah, only getting 1 yard. There was no room to run. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9.
What's the run? They're running it. Show it up. Show it up. Middle, middle, middle.
Here's Stafford. On target over the middle to Hill. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. That one covers 24 yards. It's a 1st down. That's the number 2 receiver in the NFL in terms of yardage. And tell you what, a few more plays like that, he won't be number 2 for long.
Well, that's what often happens when you have competitors running around the field. These guys know where they stand in relationship to yardage, totals, numbers, the whole deal. And let's face it, all of them, they all want to be number 1.
And he'll take this down for about 4 yards, down to the 15.
And that's one of the reasons you like to blitz even on rundowns. It confuses the blocking assignments. It doesn't allow those offensive linemen to get up to the 2nd level.
They run it again with Williams. They stopped after only a yard, taking it down to the 14. Now keep in mind, if you're thinking of staying on the ground, this is a top 5 rush defense.
Yeah, but I don't think you shy away totally with the run. At least show them the hint of a run before you decide to throw the football.
The Chiefs on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and 5. Now it's Stafford. Rolling to his right. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
What a job by this defense all game long. They've come together and really said, no one's crossing our goal line, and they're definitely not going to start right now.
You can just see the dejection. Feel like nothing is working offensively. And Gold is able to put it through. And a second field goal here gets them back within 11 now. It's 17-6. So the drive stalls out inside the 15-yard line, but they do get 3.
And I've talked with enough players nowadays, and when they have these types of kicks, that no one says to their guy, hey, that's just like making an extra point, piece of cake. Because the extra point is not a piece of cake anymore. By kicking a field goal from that distance, just give him confidence and let him knock it through.
Down. 70, Indy. Recon, 132, 5. Let's go.
The drive will commence with a run by Lindsey. And they're able to get this one across the 35. Nice way to start the drive, a gain of 12 and a first down.
Now, this is an example of breaking down a defense, because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
Let's go.
On 1st down, right back to Lindsey. And for one of the first times tonight, he's going to be held up at the line of scrimmage. Tackle made there by Frank Clark.
Perfectly designed blitz right there. They took that one from the grease board to the field because they were able to free up their linebacker to get into the backfield and spill the play.
They fake the handoff. Now Locke. Flushed out right. Now he's going to throw it back deep over the middle. And he almost had it defensively. Could have been a game changer there in this second half. Instead, it's 3rd down.
Oh, man, that was close. The opportunity to change momentum, big play, right in his hands, unable to come down with it.
A sigh of relief, no doubt, on offense that fell harmlessly to the ground. They come up to the line now facing a 3rd and 10 after the incompletion.
Get this. Out.
22 jet bomber, 22 jet bomber. Check.
Locke taking the snap at 1. Oh, incomplete. Nearly the pick they needed. They would have loved one there, but at least it does get them to 4th down.
Tremendous coverage there. Just did not catch the football and complete the interception. But what do they say all the time? If he had really good hands, he'd be playing offense.
On is the punt team now as this one's sent away. On 1st and 10, Stafford. He's going to loft one deep over the middle. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. Past the 20. And all the way in for a Kansas City touchdown. Tyreek Hill, 89 yards. And the Chiefs are able to get this back within a touchdown. Well, you know he can be explosive, and he's ultra-explosive there on the fly route.
And you know how many times we've talked to coaches and we've had quoted back to us, well, you know something? When you execute really well, it doesn't matter if they know it's coming or not. Well, sometimes athleticism beats you as well. He just took off and went. That's almost like one of your Turkey Bowl games, isn't it? Just go long, man. I'll hit you. And it worked really well for them.
After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away. This will be taken very short. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10.
Hey, they scared.
Now a handoff for Lindsey. And for one of the first times tonight, he's going to be held up at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down.
No gain on the play. Brings up 2nd and 10 at the 34-yard line.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10.
Hey, box drop, box drop. Lead dribble.
They look to throw. It's Locke. That'll be caught right side by Hamilton. He'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. That one a gain of 20 and a first down. One quarter remains here in this Thursday night matchup. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. On first down, it's Lindsey. And brought down, but able to get it to their 30-yard line. Another nice gain, 16 yards there, and a first down again.
Do my eyes deceive me, or is he getting stronger as this game moves along?
Burst seems just as good here in the 4th as it was way back in the 1st, doesn't it?
I do believe someone put a lot of time in the offseason and continues to condition during the season in order to continue to carry the ball at this rate.
The improv on the scramble there gets him 6, and it'll be 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 4.
Ready, break.
Check, 59. Let's go, D.
80 weapon. Ready.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Locke, screen pass to Lindsey. And he will be brought down at about the 6-yard line. That one good for a first down pickup of 18 yards.
These guys are running offense like you drive. The pedal is down, stomped down. How about that? Back-to-back completions. They are rolling.
So much for being conservative and running that football. So 1st and goal, 6 points here would go a long way toward wrapping this one up. From the gun, it's Locke. Escaping the pressure right. He's got it. And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line. That'll bring up 2nd and goal after the gain of 5. They'll try to run with Lindsey. And he'll get in. Touchdown, Denver. Phillip Lindsey. His 10th touchdown of the season, 2nd of the game. And the Broncos will extend their lead. And he certainly played a pivotal role with those 2 TDs and why they're up on the scoreboard right now.
Well, someone's all about winning, aren't they? Because he's not worried about the number. Sure, it's great to have 2 touchdowns. The bottom line is what he's doing is contributing to their lead. He wants to continue to do so.
Extra point from McManus is good, and it gives his guys a 12-point advantage. That'll be taken in the end zone. And in hindsight, probably should have stayed where he was, as he'll only get back to the 16-yard line.
Ready. Blue 60.
They start the drive on the ground. It's Williams. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down. A very solid gain on that play.
The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5.
Let's put him on the buses. Let's put him.
Now Stafford. Steps away to his left. And this will be incomplete. Travis Kelce, the all-pro tight end, the intended receiver. And it's 3rd and 5.
Well, this at least is the right idea. I think they've got to get the tight end more involved.
He had just one target in the first half, incomplete. Now incomplete here with the first target of the second half.
Yeah, should not stop them at all from going back to him, though. Find him. Find him.
They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass. Now Stafford. Over the middle, he's got Watkins. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. A big 3rd down pickup of 20 yards. Now, correct me if I'm wrong. Yeah, you're down 2 scores. I don't think you need to rush just yet, but you can't take your time either.
Yeah, even if you don't want to commit to full 2-minute offense, you have to up the tempo, up the urgency. Maybe you're starting to call 2 plays in a huddle each time you snap the ball.
Stafford now, a perfect 8 for 8 to start the second half. Not bad. 1st and 10. From the gun, here's Stafford. Flush to his right. To the right side, it's Kelsey. The ball comes out. It's picked up by the Broncos. And he will score. Touchdown, Denver. The offense, they've had some sloppy moments. Sloppy there again on that one, and it could be the backbreaker.
From a defensive perspective, if the offense is going to be sloppy, you've got to take advantage of that, and that's what they've done all game long.
McManus's point after is good, and that will make this a 19-point game. So here's the kickoff now as they'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. This is fielded at the goal line. And good starting field position. He'll get this one all the way up to about the 35-yard line. They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10. On 1st down, it's Stafford. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Watkins. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. They may want to go back to that one. First play of the drive, good for 15 and a 1st down. Stafford now hitting on 2/3 of his passes, 10 for 15 so far. 1st and 10, eluding the pressure right. Over the middle, complete. That's Watkins. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. That one good for 12 yards and a Kansas City first. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. Out of the gun, Stafford. And the pressure gets to him and brings him down. Stafford is sacked. Derek Wolfe, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year. So now 20 yards to go on 2nd down after the sack. Work to be done. To throw is Stafford. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. Down under 2 minutes to go in this football game. And that one got tipped, kind of threw everything off. It brings up 3rd. So the Chiefs in possession of the ball as we welcome you back. They face a 3rd down now as they try to find a late score.
21. 47 is the mic. 47 is the mic. Better bring it. You better bring it. I'm letting you know right now, you better bring it.
Hey, high 7.
Check mic 47.
A shotgun snap for Stafford. Flushed out right. And down to the 20 he'll go before heading out of bounds. They give him 27 yards on the 3rd down conversion. Clock management definitely critical here if they want to get back in this game.
Absolutely agreed. They have to up the tempo in this case, down a couple of scores. Want to make sure they have a chance to win this ball game.
From the red zone now, Stafford. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down. Mecole Hardman, the intended target. That'll bring up 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 10 at the 20-yard line.
Set. 280. I hope you brought your lunch because I'm about to take you to school.
To to throw again. Stafford. And he comes back with one complete. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. 11 yards there, first down. Looked like a pretty good, safe play right there. No, he's had trouble with the interceptions in this game there. Hits his guy out in the flat.
Yeah, so many times we hear quarterbacks and offensive coordinators talk about in your progressions, you're either throwing the touchdown or you're throwing the check down. But earlier in the game, it was touchdown or interception. Now he got to the check down, a nice safe throw, and a good one.
Another shot from the 9 on 2nd and goal.
We're pretty quiet, D. We're pretty quiet.
59!
Check flag 47. Check flag 47.
Let's go.
To the air again, Stafford. This is caught. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. They'll wind up getting 7 on the completion, but they'll still be faced now with a 3rd and goal situation. They gotta have 6 here. It's 3rd and goal.
I'm coming. I'm coming. I'm coming. Hey, alert 3. Alert 3.
Here we go now with Smith. And he is in. Touchdown, Kansas City. A great effort there. His 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Chiefs are able to draw a bit closer. Now Stafford will come up, try to get his guys a 2-point conversion.
Zebra!
From the gun, Stafford feeling the pressure here and taken down. A sack back at the 7.
Well, they tried to get 2 and ended up getting none because the quarterback had nowhere to go with the ball and ends up getting sacked.
Nowhere to go at all. Great job, though, defensively. They were ready. So 2 scores down. Time definitely not an ally, but here comes the onside kick. And the Broncos are able to recover, and that should just about wrap this one up. They knew they needed a miracle. They had to have that onside kick. They didn't get it.
Well, as we knew, even before they put the toe to the leather on that one, their chances of getting that done, slim and none. And I do believe we saw Slim just leave the door, didn't we?
We did indeed. I think we're down to none.
Ready, ready! 30 base.
No. We got to get the ball, D. Get the ball right here. Let's go.
Let's go.
They'll run on first down. Lindsey. And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. That'll wind up going for a loss of 4. And that's going to make it 2nd and 14. Well, partner, even though my phone alarm failed me this morning and I missed our AM workout, we still made it through this thing together, didn't we?
Well, you always know I need extra workouts just to keep up with you, so it doesn't matter. But thanks for sharing a booth, and thanks for being our quarterback.
Yeah, you're the quarterback. Always a pleasure, my friend. So for the Broncos, their winning ways continue as they get it up to 7-0. And now they'll have a few extra days here before they face Indianapolis next week. Meanwhile, for Kansas City, they dipped to 2-5 now with the loss. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. That'll do it for us. I'm Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. Thanks to our entire crew as well. We'll talk to you next time. So long, everybody.
Yeah.